This is Kevin Harlan with Greg. Anthony and 2 Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. And with the road trip approaching, the Pacers will play the final game of their homestand.
And you can tell that both teams will be a little on edge in this one, given the rivalry these teams have. It could be an emotional game.
And not just for the players, but for the fans as well. You know how energized they become when these two teams go at it.
So the Indiana Pacers able to put the first points up on the board. Pass to Vucevic. Lets it go with the 3. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Doncic with the steal. Moving it up. Here's Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
It's hard to believe, but Luka Doncic is still in his mid-20s. Doris, does he even have a ceiling?
That is the question, Kevin, and I'm not sure he does, because in the first part of his career, he's been all-NBA consistently, and we're talking first team multiple times. He's averaged over 30 in a season. I don't think there is a ceiling, Kevin.
DB, ever since winning the most improved player back in 2021, Randall has stayed scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size and the ability to drive it. And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Rick Carlisle and I did speak a few minutes ago. We talked about the strategy for taking on a guy like Luka Doncic. He told me that the thing is Luka steals all the attention out there, which allows his teammates to find open looks, so we're not going to let him distract us on defense. So it sounds like they'll be focusing on defending against Luka and company, not just Luka. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. After the missed 3 from Vucevic, Randall with the bucket.
Well, you love to see Julius Randle attack the offensive glass, get to his second chance opportunities. That's really well done.
Can they get it? And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And outdoors, every so often, there are guys that come along that you can build a franchise around, and Luka Doncic seems to be one of them.
There's no question, Kevin, and if I were putting a team around Luka Doncic, I'd want to have multiple vertical threats at the rim and shooters at every other position, because at that point, Luka is unguardable.
Here's Edey. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Shot clock at 4, and a missed layup.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Pass to Bryant. Doncic right side. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Yeah, teams will try to get physical with SGA, but make sure you understand that wiry frame is big-time strong.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
There's 1:59 left to play in the first quarter. A wide open look here for Vucevic. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
Randle outside. Down low. Some nice passing here by Indiana. A second chance effort. And the layup is up and in. Randle's got 6.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Up top, Bryant. Pass to Vucevic. Wants to get it to Doncic, and does. And good that time.
That's a high percentage look for Luka Doncic. He is a menace if he gets that deep.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's blocked. And they'll keep possession. Edey can hit. Celtics trail by 6. And here's Doncic from the arc. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession.
Silver. Justin Champagne.
Celtics on D. Here's Edey. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Screws in the corner. Shot clock at 6. Here's Edey. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
The 3 for Doncic. Drains the three-pointer. Doncic has got his second basket of the game.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Edey controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And so it's the Indiana Pacers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we've got more on 2K Sports. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. Domantas Sabonis set the longest double-double streak in over half a century last season with 61 straight double-doubles. He said, "It's awesome to be mentioned with the greats. It's my job as a big man to get rebounds and to finish. At the end of the day, I'm just out there trying to win." Kevin?
Thank you, David. That double-double streak was a blast to watch. Historic in so many ways. And, Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
Here's Pippen. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Now Sasser. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Floats one. The rebound by the Celtics. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. It'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Outside, O'Neal. It's Pippen on the wing. And no good that time. Good D by Thompson. Sasser with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Sobers can't hit. Indiana leading by 3. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. In the corner, it's Sabonis. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And the slam dunk by Sabonis.
Domantas Sabonis has filled out his frame, and if you need some physicality around the rim, this guy is willing to do it.
And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Pippen. If you mention the best players in the NBA, Doris, you have to mention Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How's he made the leap so fast?
Yeah, Kevin, this is an interesting growth and development story because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has shocked everybody. He can get to any spot on the floor. He's one of the most relentless drivers in the game. You have to respect his three-point threat, which balances out that dribble drive game, and he's willing to compete defensively. Sky is the limit for this young man.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Pass to Vucevic. Back to Doncic. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And Doris, when you look at Aaron Nesmith, he is someone that has accepted readily more responsibility over time.
There's no question, Kevin, and what I love is he didn't let not playing early in his career affect his outlook. In fact, it almost added an edge and spurred him to incredible improvement. He's an excellent defensive player. He's worked hard to become a three-point shooter. It's somebody defenses must now account for from range. You love the work put in. You see the ability to run the floor. Achua in transition.
Pass to Kispert. In the corner, it's Nesmith. Clock at 6. And it's Bryant with the rebound.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge. Gets the ball up the court immediately, and that pass to find the man cutting to the bucket couldn't have been timed any better.
Pass to Nesmith from outside the arc. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
1:15 left in the second quarter. And here's Vucevic. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather. And maybe just one or two things to talk about. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first half. On the wing quickly. No one near Randle as he lets it go. It's good on the putback. And the Pacers lead by 4.
You love that quickly inserts himself into the play and gets the second chance bucket. That is nicely done.
forcing his way inside. Doncic.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Randall surveying the D. Back to Horford. Pass to quickly. To the middle. It's deflected. And stolen by Bay. 3-second difference between shot clock and game.
This guy's so polished inside. Nikola Vucevic great at being assertive and earning these fouls.
Boston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board. 77% collectively. Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
And the foul on Marcus Sasser. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul. Celtic substitution.
There's 14 seconds left now here in the second.
Silver.
And here is quickly. 3 seconds left. Misses at the rim. It's a tie game in Indiana. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
22.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
Thanks, everybody.
On offense, here are the Celtics. Pass to Doncic. Screen by Bryant. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Celtics shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. So it's Boston now. They lead by 1. Doncic outside. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside for Randall. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he drives in. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Vucevic with it. 6 points for him. Wants to get it to Doncic, and does. Shot clock at 5. Boston needs to get off a shot. And they'll turn it over. Did not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Pass to Strus. Here's Edey. Vucevic defending. Picked by Randall. To the wing on the left. A 3-ball. Rebounded by the Celtics. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And Thompson slams it home.
And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
The Celtics have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. He misses the free throw.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Pass to Strus. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Strus has got his first 3 points of the game. The three for Doncic. Here's Bryant out to Thompson. Nice ball movement by Boston. The three for Doncic. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Ball's knocked loose. And another fast break chance here for the Celtics. Here we go. They get it again. Outside for Kobe. Thompson outside. 6 to shoot. Doncic right side. Keeps over Gilgeous-Alexander. And he overshot that one, missing. 4-on-3 break. The wide open shot from Strus. Offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And the foul called on Kobe Bryant. And that'll be his third foul so far. A three off the inbound. Luka Doncic grabs the miss.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
This will be his fourth shot at the line in this one.
Third team foul.
Boy, the more you watch Shai Gilgeous-Alexander play, the more he shows you the aspects of his game just getting better and better and better.
Boston making a switch here. We've got 1:28 left to play in the third. Here's the screen. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
That one on Vucevic.
What you love about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is this young man's work ethic. He is a gym rat who's always looking for ways to improve.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
1:11 left here in the third quarter. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And now here's Pippen with the fast break chance. Pass to Strus. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. So both teams changing it up here. Here's quickly. 50 seconds left in the third. Out to the right wing, to the inside. Outside, O'Neal. Top of the key, quickly. 5 on the clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Here's the three. Sabonis' shot is off. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop.
And when it comes to getting up and down the floor, Thompson has few peers.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ausar Thompson. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Pacers have been at their finest 4 at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. Good on the second free throw. Boston trailing.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Well, it's amazing. If you finish quarters the right way, it can have such a great impact on the outcome of the game.
Shepard, that's good.
One thing I really like about Ausar Thompson, he's a team-first guy, always willing to make the extra pass.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
Let's hear it for you.
8 seconds left in the third quarter. Driving in. Here's Sabonis. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Boston on top, up 1.
The Celtics, 34. Come on, everyone.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. Now he's encouraging them to keep attacking in the paint. He said, when we get inside, we score. Simple as that. Keep attacking and don't settle for anything that's not at the rim. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Sobers. Tries again. Randall grabs the board. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. Pass to Randall. Rebound, Boston. Over in the corner, Shepherd. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Pacers trailed by 4. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Indiana moving it around. Picked by Randall. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
It's very long, and SGA so effective around the hoop because of that length.
Hit his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Here's Thompson. Pass to Shepherd. Sabonis with the steal.
You know, anticipation is a huge part of defense, and he played it perfectly right there.
Strus with it. Back to Pippen. Driving the lane. And it's Pippen slapping it down.
Nice drive by Pippen there. Terrific at just finding his way to the rim.
And the rejection by Pippen. No one near Shepherd as he lets it go. Misses the deep 3-point attempt. Pippen, no luck. Pass to Kobe. Here's Sobers. Back to Kobe. And the foul called on Kobe Bryant. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
Boy, plenty of time left in the clock. He needs to keep his poise. That's his 4th foul now.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. The Celtics making a switch here.
Make some noise.
So it's the Pacers now. They played a great 4th quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Pippen. To take the lead. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Here's Shepherd. And the rejection by Pippen.
elite at both ends. Pippen sees the play develop, and then the perfect timing on the block.
Here's Achiuwa. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic.
Oh, what a fearless and on-time delivery by Precious Achiuwa.
1:56 left to play here in the fourth. Indiana again missing. Stolen by Pippen. Randall. Up again. Here's Heaney. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Pass to Vucevic. .132 left in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Strus. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth. He hits the first one, and that gives them the lead. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
It should be a 2-point lead, but they'll be satisfied to have edged into the lead.
Now the Pacers with it. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Sinks the triple.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Now Doncic. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Back in, he picks one up. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here in the hustle stats for the Pacers.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
Those block shot numbers are big as well, guys, sending a clear message. We are not going to be scored on easily. The experience of Max Strus, this guy is unafraid in big spots.
Pass to Thompson. Back to Doncic. Jacks up a three. Edey with the rebound. They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession.
It's stolen by Shepherd. Kick by Vucevic. And here's Doncic from the arc. Back to Vucevic. Fires from deep. Laces one from three.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that's curtains for him. Some really good work at the charity stripe to close this one out.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They trailed by 4. Guys, what do you think?
Well, it's going to take a miracle for them here, or actually a miracle three-pointer and a foul. This one's over.
So a close game sees Indiana take this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it mattered most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
with Hall of Famer. Grant Hill and Doris Burke. This is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And the Pacers start out with the ball. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Pass to Strus. To the middle. Here's Edey. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And it's so hard to stop the putback when you let him live at the rim like that.
Boy, once he gets his hands on it around the rim, it's too late.
How about the activity level, the effort level? This team right now feeding off his energy.
And here's Bryant outside. Takes a three. Indiana with a rebound. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
And about a minute gone in the first quarter. From deep, Strus can't get his first shot of the game to fall. Doncic left side. Achua with a screen. And here's Bryant outside. Hits the trifecta.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Earlier I spoke with Rick Carlisle. He had a sleepless night trying to figure out how to stop Luka Doncic. He said it's rare to see a player force the other 9 players on the floor to play at his pace. It's very methodical. Like a machine, he said Doncic shows no mercy. Brian?
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. The 15-footer. And he can't connect. He's 1 for 3 in this game. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Indiana. That one goes. Count it.
Gilgeous-Alexander just taking the initiative, driving to the cup with purpose.
From deep, here's Doncic. That one doesn't drop.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Edey for 3.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Now here's Bryant. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. In transition, here come the Pacers.
Yeah, Julius Randle has a good feel on the offensive end. On time and on target with the pass.
You know, part of what makes Julius Randle so effective is that spin move, Doris.
He does like to use that on the interior against taller players to get enough separation. But the number of finishing moves that guy has off the spin, it is really an effective tool.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Hovering around 19.5 points a game. His scoring has been huge for them.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And it's Randle with the jam.
Wow, excellent explosion off his feet by Julius Randle.
Doncic outside. Pass to Achua. Bryant outside. Puts up a three. The rebound by Edey.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Back to Doncic. Pass to Vucevic. Shot clock at 5. And the power finish by Vucevic.
He's got the size to make that an easy finish. Vucevic, deep position, and he's golden.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Celtics trail by 6. Doncic outside. Here's the screen by Bryant. From deep. Indiana with a rebound. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. For 3, Randle. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. On the wing, Bryant. Outside Achua. The 3 is up. The rebound by Edey. Here's Pippen. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And so it's Indiana. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Hey, guys, what's your take on Indiana so far?
It's all about the strong inside-out game in the first period. It really helped them get some clean looks down low.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Yeah, a strong move to the rack draws that foul.
And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Here's Edey. Nice move. And the layup is up and in.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up to the Boston Celtics. They trail by 9. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Nets. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. Doncic punches it home.
I'll tell you, some people question the athleticism of Luka Doncic, but boy, he loves to dunk on occasion and let you hear about it.
And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Now the Celtics on the move. And then Bryant with the dunk.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm. Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
Celtics trail by 5. And Max Strus picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And Bryant good for 3. Bryant's got 10.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now.
Outside Strus. And no good. The dry spell continues. Here's Pippen. He's got 6. 5 on the clock. Back to O'Neal. Shoots over Bay. O'Neal misses.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Doris, you talk about a guy who forces you to play at his pace. That's Luka Doncic.
Oh, my goodness, B.A., there's no question. He's got tremendous patience. He's in complete command of the tempo of the game. But maybe my favorite aspect is how he manipulates the game to get defenders off balance.
Boston trailing. Inside. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
I love when Shea does not just settle for a layup. Finish with authority. What a pretty dunk.
Doncic throwing his weight around.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
And there's the call on Saddiq Bey. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul. Checking in for the Celtics. Danilo.
On defense, the Celtics.
Sexton.
Out to Sabonis. For 3, O'Neal. Can't hit that one.
Well done on the glass. Gets himself in position where he can use his size.
But Danilo Gallinari, obviously much more known as a scorer, but how about the court vision there?
Pass to Strus. Now the Celtics on the move. Here's Bryant. And good work on the boards as they picked up the second chance points. And now a 4-point Boston lead. And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Boston making a switch here.
Everyone make some noise.
Here's Quickly. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Kispert outside. Here's O'Neal. Lays it up and banks it in.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Thompson scanning the floor. Right side of Chua. Thompson outside. 6 to shoot. Pass to Bey. There's the 3. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Bey's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Kispert outside. 3-pointer. Buries it from 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Pass to Shepard from downtown. And the Celtics another 3. Quickly outside. Going inside. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Boston out in front, leading by 5. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Time for your Indiana Pacemates, everyone. Let's get excited. Your Indiana Pacemates are turning the temperature up. Let's dance.
So it's Boston now. Pass to Champagnie. Bryant outside. Fires from deep. Indiana with a rebound.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Now Thompson defending. Yep, that one goes. Edey's got 6 points.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Nesmith. Thompson with a steal. Doncic outside. Thompson outside. Here's the screen by Bryant. Here's Champagnie. Beyond the arc. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson.
3 points.
And the Celtics lead by 6.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Strus. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 6. And they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Edey. Covered by Vucevic. Back to Nesmith. Jacks up with 3. The offensive rebound. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Indiana shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. Boston making a switch here. There's Nesmith with a 3. Pure from 3-point range. He's got 5.
Yeah, Max Strus developing the ability to play make for teammates. That's an on-time, on-target pass.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Boy, his ball security flawless in the first half, but since then, it's an absolute disaster.
And the Pacers making a change here. Indiana trailing here. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Edey. And here's Randall. On the wing, Strus. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Got a hand on it. They retain possession. Edey, that's good.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Kicks it to Doncic. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Champagnie. And a miss there on the triple. Stolen. Here's Sobers. Bryant outside. From outside, off the mark. They've got a shot at taking back the lead here.
Yes, they do. Could be the opening they've been waiting for.
They get it again. Back to Strus. Here's Randall. And he gets the bucket. Randall's got 7 points.
Boy, there was plenty of contact down low, but Randall assertive and able to find the finish.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. It's gone now in the third quarter. All right, a chance now to check up on Royce O'Neal's status. What do you have, Allie?
The head athletic trainer for Indiana provided us some information. He said they're concerned this is a serious injury and it's going to keep him out of the rotation.
All right, Allie, thanks. Appreciate the update. Obviously, guys, you hate to see an injury like this.
Yeah, just so tough. It comes with the territory of being a professional athlete. But yes, here's hoping he recovers soon.
Well, we're obviously hoping for a speedy recovery because we know this about this young guy. He simply loves playing the game.
Unloads from 13. Here's Sabonis. Here's Pippen. Sends it home from three-point land. He's got 9.
You wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the glass.
Pass to Shepard. Back to Thompson. Here's Shepard. The rebound by Nesmith. Indiana leading. Fires the 3. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Boy, that could have been an empty possession, but Sabonis hustle on the glass, turns it into a couple of points.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. 55 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. On the wing, Bryant. Pass to Bay. Three-pointer. Pacers with a rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game. 40 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Quickly deciding where to go with it. Pass to Sabonis. 6 on the shot clock. Nesmith with it. Now guarded by Bay. Nesmith's shot is off.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Sabonis, left side. Quickly, outside. Good if it goes. And we've reached the end of the third. Indiana ahead, leading by 4. And we're just moments away. 3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. Coach had a direct message for the team saying no matter the lead, no NBA game is ever over. Do not let your guard down. We'll see if they hold on.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Doncic outside. Achua with a screen. To the inside. From 8 feet. Dives for it. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Pacers.
That's a perfect example of why good hands are important in basketball. It just misread that pass completely.
Pacers leading by 4. They set the screen. Pass to Edey. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And Bryant, here we go. No good with a layup.
They are just owning the boards right now.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Right wing. Here's Edey. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Boston making a switch here.
Number 43.
Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. Clock at 6. Lets it go from the wing. The putback. Edey. It's good on the putback.
Oh, just great energy. Stayed with the play all the way through.
Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Now the Pacers on the move. SGA with the big finish on the fast break. And now we get a little perspective here on how the hustle game has been for the Pacers.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
The other thing for this team today, they have a bunch of second chance points. They're turning misses into makes.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Vucevic. Yes, sir, and it's Bryant picking up the assist.
Well, what anticipation from the Montenegrin center. Vucevic reading the defense well on the catch and shoot.
Pass to Strus. Fires the three. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
And then Bryant with the dunk.
I almost can't believe what I saw. Incredible.
I'm speechless, man. I'm speechless.
Third personal foul. Second.
Pacers leading by 6. Here's Pippen. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. They get it back.
Well, Vucevic showing a willingness to work on the defensive end. That's nice.
Here's Thompson. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Max Strus picks one up. First one falls for him.
At the line for the Celtics, Thompson. 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Thompson.
Those are big free throws. Now they need some defensive stops.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Pacers.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Pass to Pippen. And here's Strus outside. Knocks down the triple. And the Pacers lead by 7.
Well, determined to get to his scoring strength, and that's three-point shooting. We see you, Max Strus.
Here's the screen by Bryant. Doncic deciding where to go with it. Three-pointer, Vucevic.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Pass to Pippen. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint. Here's Edey. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul.
First free throw is good. And that stretches their lead to 8.
At the line.
And so both free throws good. And it's a 9-point game here. Here's Bryant. That shot off the mark. Ooh, some solid defense from Gilgeous-Alexander. Randall outside. Pass to Strus. Oh, it's stolen by Doncic. Now the Celtics on the move. Offensive rebound. Now Vucevic. Tries again. No good, off the front rim.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Randall with it, guarded by Doncic. The shot from 20 feet out. Randall, good.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Doncic outside. Will it go? And the rebound goes to the Pacers. There's 18 seconds left in the 4th. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Not going to go that time.
Silver. The assist. Nikola Vucevic.
So Indiana wins it. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
And that'll do it, folks.